For our Friday, I'm 10 Tampa Bay Chief Meteorologist Bobby Deskins.
And I'm meteorologist James Gregorio.
There's a question mark in the prompter, James? Let's go. Let's get ready for the weekend.
I must be drifting off here. I need a cup of coffee or something.
Well, you know what it is? We were getting ready to go on the roller coaster. We're kind of standing in the line.
Exactly.
Picture yourself at Busch Gardens waiting for the roller coaster line, because today, tomorrow, even Sunday for that matter, warm and muggy. Feels like temperatures, and I'll show you those coming up here in a minute, in the upper 80s. And then Tuesday morning, lower 30s.
Exactly.
Big time changes. This is going to be amazing.
Roller coaster ride, my friend.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the bigger picture here. So there's a cold front coming, right? And that will get in here Sunday, midday, early afternoonish. Unfortunately, it looks like now close to the football game, the Bucs game. Okay, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Timing may change. It's changed from yesterday to this morning to today. It's this morning was kind of the outlier there, where it was a little bit different timing. But between yesterday and now this afternoon, still it looks like midday showers and storms coming through. So that is our first weather impact alert, okay, right? Our 10 Tampa Bay way of giving you a heads up about the weather. So that's showers and storms coming through, and we'll go through that in timing and detail. Then the air that comes in behind it.
Cold.
James brought with him
from
it's not
up
my
north.
Fault.
It's
We're
not
going
my
to blame him for this.
I was here before the cold air.
True.
So I beat it.
Let the record show that, Your Honor.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right.
Exactly. I'm taking the fifth on that one.
Near record cold. I think the record's 40. We're going 43 to 45. I saw a model this afternoon that said 42, and that's for Tampa. And that record goes back to 1892. So we get chilly 30s and 40s. We even get some 20s here from time to time in the winter time.
Not in November.
No, especially when it's first week in November.
Exactly, early November.
This will be the second week by that time, but you get the idea. So set the stage. Here's where we are right now. We are in the 80s, 83 in Tampa, 84 right now in Homosassa, 80 in Sarasota. You expect it to be a little bit cooler along the coast, of course. Water temperatures in the mid-70s, a little light wind coming in off the water right now, so you can see that even the color there is showing those 70s right there along the coast. I wanted to show you this too, the feels like temperature. It feels like, don't worry about Plant City, that's not right, but 88 degrees in Valrico. Fishhawk, it feels like 87. On November the 7th, look at all the frostproof, feels like 90 degrees. These numbers will be very similar Saturday afternoon, Sunday a little less, because by this time on Sunday we'll already have clouds and we'll have showers and storms in the area. But you're going to get used to this. I know a lot of folks today were saying how nice it is outside. Yeah, tomorrow will be like that, but certainly not Sunday, and definitely not Monday and Tuesday. So that's going to be the big change. Now, the specifics with our weather impact alerts. Right now, we're going to have to change the timing, I think, on that Sunday from, instead of 6 to 11, was what we were thinking, it's probably 10 a.m. through about 4 p.m. And that's going to be the time where you're going to see the storms come through and push through the air. It's not going to rain that whole time. But I do think tailgating for the Bucs could be wet, and I'll show you that, including the first half of the game. So you do need to be prepared. That's the impact, is the rain. You're prepared is to have rain gear ready to go for anything you're doing outside. If you can plan something on Saturday or Sunday, plan it on Saturday, all right? That's your better choice for outdoor activities this upcoming weekend. And don't forget, you can get our app. Now, that front is bringing the cold front. Oh, well, that is the cold front, but that's bringing the cold air. And
behind the cold front.
Behind the cold, look at that.
Look, how about that? Crazy how it works, right?
Named, right? What we've done here too, and I'm going to change this, is we went ahead and we've had our weather impact alert for Tuesday morning, because that's the coldest morning. You wake up 30s and 40s, but it's going to feel like the low 30s with the wind chills out there, right? But we've also backed this up to Monday night, because Monday they're going to be opening up cold weather shelters across the area, especially north of Tampa. All right, if you're new to the area, and we're saying 30s and 40s, not even below freezing, we're not used to it, and a lot of folks don't have heat, those types of things, especially in some of the rural areas. And what happens is you can get people that really get cold, and so they do have some shelters that they'll open up. That'll be Monday afternoon that they'll open through Monday night and Tuesday morning, and probably keep those open through Wednesday morning as well. Wednesday morning is a little bit warmer, but it's not much. We're still in the mid-40s. But maybe 2 or 3 degrees warmer than Tuesday morning. All right, so don't forget, there's also going to be a little bit of a breeze on Tuesday morning. Windy on Monday, breezy little less wind, right, on Tuesday. So dress in layers because it's going to be cold. I'm just trying to figure out, James, what my kids are going to do because they ride their scooters to school.
Right. And no matter what you tell them or advise them, perhaps, how to dress, they might kind of do their own thing anyway.
So if you want to walk us through the satellite and radar, because we're watching for a shower or two this evening, but not much.
Yeah, for sure. We got a few clouds kind of drifting on in, particularly down in towards Marco Island, in towards Naples, in towards southwestern Florida, Fort Myers, getting into the act. A little bit clearer, a little bit nicer further north you get in towards Pinellas and Hillsborough County, looking a little bit better there. But we do have a couple little, I don't even want to call it a wave trying to move through the Gulf here and sliding further off to the east. You can see some high cirrus clouds kind of blowing off the top of that. So we'll see if that makes any progress. Maybe a few showers, right? Kind of the tail end of that trough maybe too, right?
Yeah, and that really shouldn't mess us up much.
No, I don't think so. But we might get some, cirrus to move in. You see the cold front out to the west here. A couple areas of low pressure attached to the front.
That's the big one.
Yeah. So it's with the double cold front, that the one behind it, kind of makes it a sharp cold front. So basically, meaning a stronger front, usually more cold air with it, usually more dynamic. And in this instance, Bobby was just talking about real field temperatures, closer to 90 degrees when you factor in the humidity, and then you have this cold front. We've given these things millions of names: muggies, mashers, gully washers, all of them that kind of come through the leading edge of that cold air, kind of entering a warm, moist, humid air mass, and boom, you often see the fireworks, you often see the thunderstorms and the heavier downpours, and that's a possibility as well. Looks like we had a little tornado watch.
Yeah, tornado watch.
Warning.
That's right. For the Nashville area, central eastern Tennessee. And you're just talking about fireworks because it's very warm and muggy on one side of the front and very cool and dry on the other side. Now, that also plays effect into our weather as we go through Sunday. We're not expecting a large threat for severe weather on Sunday. Our weather impact alert is kind of a heads up for outdoor activities because there will be some rain, but there will be some thunderstorms, and we'll have to watch those. Some of those could be a little bit on the stronger side like we had a couple weeks ago. So that's something that we're going to watch. And, a lot of times you're looking at models, what the models say, but what we also like to do is let's just, back off the models. Let's just look at the scenario, right? Look how warm and muggy it is out ahead of it. Look how cold and dry it is behind it. Let's see what happens ahead of that up north, and you can see already some of that. Now, here, they have more upper level wind support for this.
Right, there's a lot going on in that region.
Yeah. Not just the winds at the surface, but if you go up higher above this particular area of Tennessee, you're going to see a changing of wind with height, meaning the wind direction changes, probably some speed changes in there. That's the type of setup that causes tornadoes if you get good thunderstorms, and that's why they have that watch.
And some elevation too, so that I think will help as well. Yeah.
We do not expect that type of setup for us, okay? But let's go through the timing here. Friday night plans, fantastic, no issues, all right? This is tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Light winds, you can see here in the upper right-hand corner. You can always watch this. There's the day and the time, right? 5-6 mile per hour winds. I think it'll be a little bit lighter for inland locations, so I wouldn't be surprised to see some patchy fog. Eastern Hillsborough, Western Polk County, say Bartow, Plant City, Lakeland, Fishhawk. Just a little bit of fog in the morning, Saturday morning, not a lot. There's the afternoon, and it's not much at all. But look at these winds.
And also look at the southerly winds, kind of adding to the adding fuel to the fire.
Humid.
Right?
Yep. The dew points are continuing to rise. You're going to notice that they're pretty high right now. They're not going to get that much higher. So that kind of ickiness that you feel out there right now is what you're going to feel tomorrow as well.
Icky now, icky and sticky on the way.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even call it icky. I mean, a dew point is 70 for us. I mean, it's almost close to 80 sometimes in the summertime.
Compared to what's heading our way, dew points in the 40s, teens.
In the teens.
Yeah.
All right, so here's Sunday morning. Saturday night looks good too, right? Just one or two showers on Saturday, that would be it. This is the frontal boundary you can see. In fact, it might even be a little bit further back, but you see in the morning, this is around 7 o'clock. We're already looking for one or two showers. But watch this. I'm going to go out to about 11 in the morning, and you see how it fills in?
Starts to pop a little bit.
This model is going to change a little bit. It did not show this afternoon. I mean, earlier this morning. I expected it to show something like this. It didn't show it at all. This looks a little more legit to me. And again, even this will change. But that's 11 o'clock. That's tailgate time. All right? Raymond James Stadium is right there. Right here, okay? So there is rain in the area for tailgate time. Look at that. That's 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Now, we'll see if this happens. This looks a little overdone to me, But after all the rain that we saw yesterday in Sarasota County and Manatee and Harding, DeSoto, and southeastern Polk, this is a very similar setup. The way that it's forming and moving off to the east-northeast and kind of raining over the same area. We had the same exact thing down here yesterday, but it wasn't as much convective. You see the oranges in here.
So more storms.
More storms is what that's indicating. So literally, I bumped the rain chance up to 50% now on Sunday. This could potentially be a rain out. That's 1 o'clock, and that's 4 o'clock. So right now, just as this model sits, we would say we would have rain for tailgating through the first half. And then the second half of the football game tomorrow, the Bucs game, would be on the drier side. Still have some rain around. Also, that includes thunderstorms, which means the potential for lightning nearby, which means the potential that they have to delay the game at time for the nearby lightning. All right, so that's just something that's up there, and you can see why we say if you have options between Saturday or Sunday.
Saturday, clearly the winner.
That's the one.
And of course, we need the rain. That's the I don't want to say irony in all of it,
Yep.
but we really need the rain. So it is welcome rain, but we don't want it to obviously fall. The timing's not great. We don't want it to fall anytime during the weekend, but at this point, I guess we'll take it when we can get it.
Yeah, because you're absolutely right. We'll take a look at that drought monitor coming up here, but this is around 9 o'clock, the actual front with the really good push of cold air after sunset. This is 9 p.m., 8:30, 9 p.m., and then here it comes. And that is the leading edge of the cool air, and it is going to get downright cold. 441, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll look at those cold numbers specifically. We'll talk wind chills, and we'll even get into a warm-up.
Before hurricane season hits, it's time to prep your home. Familiarize yourself with where your water shutoff valve is located. If backflow prevention devices are installed, get them tested annually.
Those are some great tips, and Cool Today is here to help you weather the storm. For over 60 years, we've been here to help Floridians with their cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs. We can help you prepare, protect, and repair your home. Call 888-40-TODAY.
I was driving when a Ford pickup truck barreled into me from behind, sending me to the hospital.
I knew my husband was going to need an excellent attorney, so I called Dan Newland.
I'm so glad my wife called Dan. Dan really fought for me. He won my case and got me $650,000.
If you've been involved in a car accident, allow me to fight for you. Call me now at 813-888-8000.
Thanks, Dan, for winning my husband's case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. Unique quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
All right, 443, let's talk some chilly numbers. First, the rain. Take a look at the coverage. And James, this has come up.
Yes,
and
especially for Sunday.
Yeah, and I don't want it to be, but
I know.
just weather-wise, this makes more sense to me.
It is what it is. We don't make it. We just talk about it and forecast
Right?
it, right? So don't crucify the messenger.
Yeah,
right?
Saturday's your day out there for sure. All right, so now let's talk the dry air initially coming in, right? Look at those dew points, down to 19.
That's unbelievable.
That's chapstick weather.
Yeah, and moisturizer too.
Yeah, you're definitely going to want that. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, the driest. And then here comes the big dip. So it is literally a roller coaster. We'll feel more like upper 80s today and tomorrow and lower 30s by Tuesday morning.
Looks like the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We buy the dips and sell the rips.
Hey, you can't complain that. Speaking of dips.
Yeah, they're speaking of dips. Exactly.
Me, and there's a dip, right? I actually pointed at you. I didn't mean to do that. I was pointing at the dip right there, that big trough, the dip in the eastern half of the United States. That is, we haven't used the word, but it is the polar vortex, essentially. It kicked out some cold air. It's actually relatively warmer up north over North Canada and northern
On the West
Greenland.
Coast, yes,
Yeah,
like Vancouver.
This cold air should be there.
Yes.
It should be in northern Canada. It's getting kicked to the south, and in response, there's some warmer air that kind of feeds in, at least warmer than average for them, that feeds in for them. So it's not like it's just cold everywhere.
No.
And that is usually how it works. It really kind of peaks here Monday into Tuesday. That's Tuesday. And then as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, it's already starting to lift up. Key for us here is that our winds turn to the northeast late Tuesday night into Wednesday. And that means Wednesday we warm up. We'll be cold in the morning, but we will warm up into the 70s, as you can see there. But this overnight lows here,
Right.
still 44. But that automated number now, 39.
That's for Tampa.
That would be a record.
That's Tampa. So
That's for Tampa.
the Nature Coast overnight lows,
Low
you're not going to
30s.
get 39.
Right.
you
We're
know?
gonna so we've been talking about with a little bit of that breeze. I do think we're going to get a frost watch, maybe
Frost
a freeze
advisory
watch,
at least.
frost advisory.
Yeah, maybe a freeze. Yeah, no doubt.
So these are different forecast numbers here for Tuesday morning. Again, Tuesday morning is the coldest, but you can see mid 30s for Hernando and Citrus County, low 40s and upper 30s in northern parts of Pasco County, right? And then closer to the water, we're talking mid to upper 40s. It's going to be a little bit warmer, maybe even 51 in St. Pete. But again, the record for Tampa is 40 degrees set back in 1892. And that's when we started keeping records. There are the forecast wind chills. This hasn't changed a whole lot.
And notice the wind direction, straight north.
Yeah.
So I mean, that is a cold wind direction.
That is, but it's starting to come around to the northeast. You can see that over the Gulf. That's going to happen during the day on Wednesday, and that's the reason why we warm up. So snow. These folks up north are going to get the snow start going, especially Saturday night and Sunday and Monday. Now, the FAA has travel issues as it is with the air traffic controllers. If you've got travel plans in any of that snow belt region, Sunday, Monday, you could have some issues. I mean, obviously they're used to dealing with some of this, but this is the first one of the season.
Right, and coinciding with the air traffic control issues and the government shutdown, it's not a marriage made in heaven, that's
Not
for
ideal.
sure. Not ideal.
No. However, if you are trying to go see snow, I would head up, I think, Sunday into the Carolinas, really, or at least East Tennessee, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, those areas. Helen, Ellijay, Blue Ridge, Mineral Bluff, those areas, we're talking more just flurries than anything else. But that dark blue you see there, what's that, 5 inches of rainfall?
At least half a
That's
foot.
almost 6
Yeah.
inches plus
Yep.
in that area here in the high parts of the mountains. This is the parkway, okay? But as you go up and over and come back down into Gatlinburg, that would likely get closed. If this were to happen, they would shut that down. They'll probably do that Sunday night. So if you're trying to get up there to go check out some snow, I would get up there before Sunday sunset. All right, and then I would actually look at the models and timing on that a little bit closer if you are headed, because you don't want to get stuck trying to get up there.
No.
And you're stuck somewhere down here when you could be right up there. Right?
Or even worse, getting in a car accident.
Yeah,
Right.
obviously you don't
Yeah.
want to deal with that.
No.
All right, break number 2 is right now. When we come back, we've got some weather across the country we want to show you. That beautiful full moon, the super beaver moon that we had, that's caused some problems with the tides, not only here, but across the country. We'll show you that coming up.
I was involved in a very bad car accident. Called attorney Dan Newland, and it was like 1, 2, 3. Dan really got it done for me. At the end of my case, he got me $525,000.
As one of the largest personal injury law firms in the United States, my team and I remain committed more than ever to win big on your case. Involved in a car accident? Let's get started. Call me at 813-888-8000.
Thank you, Dan, for winning my case.
This autumn, give your home the upgrade it deserves. Save up to 20% during California Closet's Autumn Upgrade event, making it easier than ever to transform your space with our select finishes. Whether it's a walk-in closet, home office, pantry, or garage, our designs are about more than organization. They're about creating space for what belongs. We call it practical magic, expert design that feels effortless. Visit one of our 3 Tampa Bay showrooms or schedule your complimentary consultation today at CaliforniaClosetsTampaBay.com.
Windows are created and installed with different levels of quality. You need quality that can withstand the tropical climate. Our installers only install PGT custom windows and doors, so we are the go-to experts. Don't take my word for it. We have been named Best of Tampa Bay 3 years in a row, Reader's Choice in Sarasota 3 years in a row, and nationally recognized as Window and Door Dealer of the Year. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Give WeatherTight Windows a call today, and don't forget the cookies.
With a fresh new look and over 60 years of keeping Floridians comfortable, Cool Today is the name to trust for fast same-day service. Cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Our friendly expert technicians take the hassle out of home repair today. And Cool Today is here for you tomorrow, too. That's why we're introducing a parts and labor warranty on select AC systems for a lifetime. For cooling, plumbing, or electrical service, get the best from today and for years to come. Cool Today.
All right, guys, before we get to that weekend forecast, I wanted to start with some video of the West Coast, Washington. We had the supermoon, and the supermoon makes higher tides, king tides, right? And I think this is one of the closest, if not the closest, and it actually is the closest of the season. So this would be some of the highest tides. This is out in Washington State. Now, at the same time that this is happening, they've got what's called an atmospheric river coming at them, which is just a flood of water, the stream that comes in off the Pacific Ocean, and creates a lot of rainfall for them, plus wind at the surface. Yeah. So the water levels are higher from the moon, the tides, right. And then you've got the wind blowing, kind of like a storm surge. It's not terrible because it's not that much wind like a hurricane, but it is strong. So tides are just running extremely high for them. And it's raining, James, on top of all.
Right, adding just more water to work with and more displaced water at that.
Yeah, and where's the water run off to when the tide's high?
That's, everything next to the river, the creek, the stream, you name it, the beach.
And with St. Pete, we understand that, right? Especially Old Northeast, those areas, we definitely understand how that can be. Now, we also have some video of some snow because this is actually making snow in the Sierra Nevadas. The coastal sections are obviously seeing mostly rain, but when you get with elevation, I mean, there's a
snow gun right there.
That's great news. Yeah, it's quiet right now, but this is Mother Nature making its own snow.
Yeah. All the natural stuff, they love it. They don't have to pay for that.
Yep, that's a free little bit of a base starting there.
Yeah.
And the travel's going to be tough, especially on those higher passes out there. This will continue, though, for another couple days, kind of on and off. That's how these things work in the waves. Do we have time? We're probably not going to have time for that other package, but I want to go back out to our weekend forecast now here. And talk about our weather impact alerts one more time. This is for Saturday. We are just seeing a few showers, 20 to 30%, and that's probably a high amount, okay? There's a less chance than that. Sunday, the number has come up to around 40 to 50% chance for showers and thunderstorms, and the timing does look to be right around midday. So that is something that we're definitely going to have to be watching for. Stay tuned over the weekend again because the timing may change. And if you download our app, it's free, you'll get weather updates on that app. And you can also
get push alerts too.
Get push alerts. Yep. Yeah, because what's going to happen, potentially, we get a severe thunderstorm warning, you're out and about on Sunday, you can get that information right there on your phone, and we'll actually be streaming if that is the case. And so you can watch it and see the radar, see what we're telling you.
It's basically like having your TV in your pocket.
Yep. We did go ahead, and as I mentioned earlier, we move up the weather impact alert for Monday night into Tuesday versus just Tuesday morning because, again, it's going to be windy and cold. We have a high of about 67 on Monday. I think most of the day will actually be